Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, that looks better. It looks like it's responding to my voice now. Continue, and I'm gonna pull up my socks, and it looks like Bean Duck just went live as well. Okay, this says I am streaming. My channel is showing Bean Duck, it's not showing me. Let me refresh. This I'm hosting Bean Duck. Let's see, why is it doing this? Refresh again. Okay. Still says I'm hosting Bean Duck. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Weird. Okay. I've never had to unhost like that before. I guess maybe because we went simultaneously, we started simultaneously or something? I don't know. Hello, Mr. B. I don't know what you could or couldn't see, but I was on for like 3 or 4 minutes, but it was hosting Bean Duck and it wouldn't stop. I had to manually unhost them. Kitten butt. Hi. What are you doing? Okay, just got the alert? I guess maybe it only alerted once I unhosted. I don't know. It was looking like I was actually going to get to start slightly early, and then I didn't. Yeah.
That's the lot. Strange bit of kit from the fortress, but no one else has them, that's for sure.
So let's go check the plants. Char. This side. Where are my stupid plants? Oh, there they are. Okay, they're still growing. It's just twitching. Yeah, I have to keep remembering that's the way to go to get to the garden. You saw that? Yeah, it is pretty cool. Wife and I are debating about exactly how to approach putting it up. Partly because, you know, again, there's a lot of darks. The darks are around the edges, and it's going to go up on a dark blue wall. How much of it's going to get washed out, and I'm really looking for it to give the feel of a window that looks, you know, from one end at Ward straight off to the Presidium. And one way we thought we could do it is backlight. Oh, okay, well, in order to backlight it, though, you've got to have a uniform light source. And then she's also pointing out, well, since it's not on plastic, it's on canvas, little tiny pinholes of light are gonna come out. I mean, it depends on the lighting I use. I was looking at a couple of things, including EL panels or possibly EL wire. But all the uniform panel type stuff I was looking at briefly after I finished eating tonight was just so expensive. Like, lighting just that central panel would be on the order of $300 for LEDs, and I'm not spending that much money for it. But if it's not uniform, then it's going to look like crap. So maybe the EL wire kind of thing could go. I could do probably $70 worth of wire to get that center panel. But then there's the electronics, you know, how do you terminate it? What do you plug it into? So we're looking at another thing. She held one up against the wall. She said, I think it'll be okay. But I thought that about the ship, too. And the ship is just too dark against the wall. But I do have one other idea. And that is if I built a solid one-piece frame so that each of those panels could go in, then first of all, I can work on the workbench and get everything even, level, where it all needs to be, and then just literally pop the panels in and then hang it up on the wall all at once, which will save a hell of a lot of measuring up on a horizontal surface. And second of all, I could make it out of a cheap wood, like a plywood even, and then paint it. And I could paint it to look metallic or metal-like so that it would give the appearance of a window frame. And I think that might actually enhance the effect. I don't know. So we're gonna maybe experiment with some foam we have lying around and stuff like that. We'll see. She's not too convinced that my idea would work, but she's open to listening. And some resources, including a Kunari bench accessory. Okay. And some more cloth, which is fine because I spent a lot of cloth last week. Yeah, exactly, and it would enable the dark colors of it to not just fade away into the wall. Outfitting the crew. Outfitted Sutherland and his small crew in equipment more appropriate to agents of the Inquisition. Given their humble origins, it's doubtful they have ever seen the like. So, let's go check out Sutherland. I am now hosting. 0 viewers have joined. Wait. Or now being hosted, not hosting. I might change the decoration of the castle at some point, too. The Kunari stuff is cool, but I've had it for months. Like, after stream, not, you know, sit here and make you guys watch.
We'll make good use of it.
Thank you.
Let's see. There's Sutherland.
Funniest thing I've seen in years. That cat dancing around, hopping and pouncing like a fool. Made my day bright, it did. Maker knows what got into the little rat catcher.
Okay, talk to Sutherland.
Visitor, Eskira's the best. I never thought, well, we'll be worth it, I swear.
Hey, there's a new mission for them.
I'm telling
I'll ask
you,
around again tomorrow.
Welcome back. Thank you.
I'll ask around again tomorrow.
Come over and talk to Sarah, because I haven't talked to her in a while.
You have a problem. That over there is a full tavern, but everyone's drinking alone. They're all up their own arses about the Inquisition. I can't have fun with everybody whinging, and they'll fall on their swords before Corypheus can push them. I'm thinking pranks. Just you and me messing around in people's stuff. You know, to start.
Is that really worth my station?
But I'm the Inquisitor. You know, the leader.
Right, they'll never suspect you. What, titles are only for getting away with bad stuff? Let's do something fun. Come on.
Okay, let's do it.
Just you and me? You know, I would like that.
Oh, yes, please. Let's go. Right, general uptight is gone. Have a search about. Find something to mess with and give your soldiers a laugh.
Desk.
Oh, the desk. Oh, yes. Center of the Empire and all that. What to do, what to do.
All right, Sarah. What do you want to do?
Thing looks heavy. Don't want to move or break it. I got it. Easy one. Just a slip or something under here. There, won't notice much, but it's just that little bit wonky. He's so in control that'll piss him royally. I tell one of the soldiers and boom, the general seems like people. And since he works for you, you seem like people. Come on, next one. Right, little lady prissy pants. Have a look for something she likes too much.
Door.
What, just the door? Where she greets every important idiot. Yes.
Well, Sarah, what do you have in mind?
Get a bucket.
Oh.
Classic, yeah? 5 minutes of sloppy boss gets you weeks of happy kitchen staff. Except for the one who cleans it up, I suppose. But whatever. Next stop.
Locked box.
What's that? A locked... No, leave that. Not interested in her hidden things. Not for just a bit of fun. Maybe... feed her messengers something gassy? No, birds don't pop. But they flap and...
Who is up there?
Nothing to worry about, Solus. It's just me and Sarah.
Well, all right then.
Oh, what fun is that? Let's go. That was fun. An inquisitor of the people, still remembering you're one of them. If all they got was the herald stuff, the serious bit, you'd start to sound pretty scary. That works, but not for long.
Anything to keep us
Whatever
inspired.
it takes. I'd start throwing pies if it kept people inspired.
Pies is so good, and Coryphanus would never do that. Good thing for you, innit? Because from the bottom, everyone up top sort of seems the same. It was fun chasing you, Inquisitor. Nice for you. You! Oh, frig. You did it!
Okay. Exactly what I was expecting. Oh no, not the phone call, burbs. Okay. Let's see. Time to head back in. Let's see. Sarah's changed a little bit. I think I'll bring her along. I haven't brought Solus for quite a while. Let me bring him along. And Iron Bowl. I need to do some more talking to some of the people. I haven't done that in a while. Except for a couple of selected. Okay, let's level up the people. Oh, I forgot I was going to see if I could recolor my stuff. Although white and gold could work. Go... Solus. To go. You know what? Just auto do it. Here he's got some ice stuff. He's got a little bit of lightning stuff. Got some spirit stuff. He's got some Cthulhu stuff. Wait. Yeah, I did go ahead and make some. Sarah's got a new bow and some new armor. Bull has a new hammer I made for him. It was actually, it had better stats than the other stuff. Let's see. So yeah, here's this 315 damage per second with a lightning rune in it. And Sarah's bow, 215 DPS with a fire rune in it. Solus has my old staff, but made him some new armor. I don't remember if I made Bull new armor. No, Bull's got old armor. Anyway, I did some of that stuff here last time. After I logged out. Let's head downstairs. Oh, I should have checked to make sure everyone was full of potions. Sending it to Hydron Tig. Forgot I was going to look up and see who was voicing this dwarf. I can't remember his name now because the voice sounded familiar, but I couldn't place it last week. And we're down. Completed operation over this way. And how deep are these mushrooms anyway? All the way down. Oh, you know what? I forgot there was a table up there that may have things to complete. I don't think so, though. I think I would have sent people on that last week instead of a regular war table. And could you imagine having to actually know your way around this stuff? I should back up and go this way. And without maps and stuff. You got Dwarven Stone Sense. think that worked. I already did that. Ooh, almost didn't get that sneeze in time. Or get that mute in time. Time for sneezes. Wait a minute.
Did that messenger who came through camp have any news about Orzammar? The food shortage?
More riots. There's unrest from Dust Town to the Diamond Quarters.
Can't have the Deep Lords going hungry.
I made sure your mother and brother are safe.
That wasn't necessary.
You're welcome.
There we go. Interesting. Iron, getting a tier 1 material. That's great. Really? I got a mug and a couple of pieces of rash fine for coming this way. Soul Surge! You made it! Just in time to help us explore these dwarven caves, deep roads. I mean, see, here's the thing, right? You know how tall the dwarves are next to me? Go up a little past my waist. You know how tall the ceiling is compared to me? I mean, why did they make these tunnels so big? Aside from the answer of, well, because they could. Oh, I would fully expect people would be working on other stuff while my stream was going on. Not like there's that much you need to see, per se. It's all good. I would guess they're like 4 feet-ish. I'm a Kunari, so I'm going to be at least 7 feet tall. Looks like this is the right way. Save it in case it is a... I love these background noises. You know what other game was great for creepy background noises? I just spent a lot of the weekend introducing the boy to System Shock 2. I felt like he was ready to handle the creepiness factor of it. So we played it in basically 2 sittings, Saturday and Sunday. At the fact that my original playthrough back in the day took me about 40 hours. It's complete, is it? Oh yeah, because there is a lift now. It went well. He seemed to enjoy it.
Keep your mouth closed when fighting Darkspawn. Their blood's poison.
Thanks for the warning.
was this Carter boy, Vaughn, who joined the Legion around the same time I did. Fast with daggers. Could poke 50 holes in a Hurlock before the Blighter knew what happened. Daggers are messy. Vaughn swallowed some spatter. Took him 3 days to die.
I'm liking this. And then let's turn that on. Inactive. I didn't clear it. There we go. This looks like a good screenshot. A couple of attempts at it, just to be sure. Back on. And then base thing again. Looks like this is actually going the correct direction for this. Probably ought to go the other. You know, check out the other area before I get into the area that I'm headed toward. And then yesterday evening, I decided it was time to introduce him to Fast and Furious. He's a real thing for cars. We watched the first 2 movies with a couple of little bits skipped over because he is still young. I don't have enough ancient bloodstained gears. There's an ancient bloodstained gear right there. There's something hostile right here. Jeez, how tough is this thing? almost there. Jeez. Almost like facing a dragon. Well, little one. Did you see Sarah do that little flipping cluster arrow shot right next to my head? That was nice. Oh, did you see that? I got that. Really happy about that because I was not very good about staying on Nutrisystem last week. Which was, you know, planned. Missed the flipping, or you missed this thing that's right here above my head. This thing right here. Boop, 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 boop. Look up here. This thing. I don't know what the booping was. But anyway, like I was saying, you know, I anticipated it, I planned for it. Oh, you're back now. Get up there. So, it was not as bad as it could have been, which was the plan. But I still ate out several times last week. Corrupted spider. Yep, I'm making progress. What I need to do. Almost down to... I think I already said that though. Almost down to where I was when I started the job. Take this. Old cheese.
Why is this here? Perhaps there's a use for it.
Nice bed though. Doesn't seem like there's any place to go in there. Where do I go? I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go. It actually looks like I'm supposed to go that way. Maybe that's just way, way down. So in that case, the trick is to figure out how to get down. That door doesn't open. And one presumes not the quick way. I don't get it. I don't see ways to go either way around there. I don't see a way to go from here. Quick way ain't gonna cut it. Huh. Can't get in there. Nothing looks like a way down. This who could say what this is, but there's nothing. The door doesn't open around that side. Around here. Looking from this side, even if I got in there, there'd be nothing I could do. Did I miss something inside this room? An appalling lack of signage. I agree. Simply appalling. I mean, I am just about ready to start jumping off the edge just to try to find a way to go. Because I'm frustrated. Travel back here. Vine. See? That was the right move. Look at the size of those chains. Those links are the size of Bull's torso. Be really nice if I could.
Lost a good soldier in the roads once. Fell down a hole. Found her 3 days later.
He loves this story.
She spent a whole day telling us all the strange things she saw while lost. A golden longboat floating in the air. Packs of hairless children hunting nugs. A giant skeleton on a throne.
Was it true?
Never found out. She woke up the next day. Couldn't remember any of it.
Now that's actually kind of a creepy story. Look at this place. The size of this place. I mean, obviously, something like this would be pitch frickin' black, but then you wouldn't be able to see it, you wouldn't be able to revel in it, and as Doom 3 found out, that doesn't necessarily make for an interesting game. It makes for an annoying game. Hence the duct tape mod. You know, I've tried several times to go back and play that game again after the first playthrough. I never could. Oh. The 2016 Doom, as good as it was, I still have not completed a replay of that. Partly because so much of it is hunting for the little secrets, and I'm like, kind of like, you know, I found all the secrets, I don't really want to do it again. But the secrets affect your power level. Really, you're gonna make me jump up there? That means you have to do the secret hunting, really. Would you please, guys, give me a camp? That I don't have to walk all this way next time. Camp over there. And I don't want to step over here in this black ichor in order to pick up stuff. Okay, there's a door.
Do something.
And there's a door over here.
Have a look at this.
I picked up a lot of gears, but I probably don't have enough gears to do them both. I'm gonna do this one because it looks like it doesn't go anywhere.
A lost caravan. It may have been down here for centuries. I wonder if anything's left.
Yeah, apparently.
These goods are amazingly well preserved.
Ooh. That might be good for Bull. I What's he got? He already has one just like that. Hello, kitty. Now let's just see, just for the fun of it, if I can even open this. Yes, I can.
Lost my leg to a hurlock a few years back. Left a nasty scar.
How'd you get away?
Kicked her with the other leg. Good man. Seriously, keep your guard up. They'll use your tongue as jewelry.
I'll remember that.
Actually, I won't remember that because it's too disturbing to remember. This looks like it's actually the way forward. We're gonna go check out this little cave. I found all the gears.
Something over there.
Let's head back this way. Oh, okay, that was the way forward from this room. Not forward, but the way that this tunnel continued. That was the next thing I was going to do, was come back and check that out. Now I don't need to. Because I accidentally checked it out already. How can I possibly still be going down?
I heard the hero Ferelden came down here during the Blight.
Cardall met the Warden, but I never had the pleasure.
Do you often see Grey Wardens?
From time to time. They're a good bunch. Tough in a fight. Fearless.
Well, it's nice to know that my quotes still work.
More on the lyrium experiments. Looks like his results were inconclusive.
I thought Solus would have more things to say about romping around down here, but I guess... It looks like if I'm careful, I can actually go. On my ankle. Like there's an operation here. Here we go. Correspondente hole. Doesn't look like I'm actually drawing any closer to the next camp. There. Was it iron again? Or stone? Supplies.
Darkspawn are getting worse. Must be close to a nest.
That explains the stench.
Should loop back around to where I was. No. Rashvine nettle. Rashvine nettle, if I recall, is an ingredient I need in some potion research. I may be able to actually do something. Yeesh. It's hot and it hurts and stuff. Hadn't planned on it. rocks are on fire. I like this music. Oh, a song I have from the soundtrack. Why is Sarah almost gone? Because she's a dumbass and standing in the fire. Looks like I can't do anything to help.
Someone help Sarah!
Okay, that's interesting. I'll bet she did some kind of a flip attack and just ended there. Holy crap. Too bad I have to be down by 25% of my party because she was a dumbass. You know, Solus, it'd be really great if you would do something other than stand there with your staff up your ass. I will unlock this expedition. Are we all together now? And then I'll replenish some stuff. Oh man. Staff-ass Solus. Anything worth doing is worth doing staff-assed. Holy crap. What the hell happened? At least I have my whole party at this point, but man, this is tough going. Multiple ogres. Lovely. Man, this is just a fight that never ends. You should use one of those. Sarah, we should really come up here. Last of my healing mist. Another emissary? Really? Why does that say 1 out of 2 ogres defeated? I have a feeling the ogre is stuck underground. I have a feeling this fight is just never going to stop spawning until the second ogre is gone. Because there were 2. I remember there being 2. I'm starting to wonder if maybe it has, Mr. B. No, pinging doesn't actually do anything about the creatures. I am seeing an arrow pointing back this way. See, there's that. It's like this emissary just keeps respawning. And see, everyone keeps running back for this corner too, for some reason. Because there were 2 ogres, but I don't know where the other one went. You can't go there. That doesn't do anything. I'm getting pretty tempted to just reload at the last save point, which is probably going to be the beginning of the first fight where Sarah jumped into the fire and stayed there. Thank you for the follow, Warden of my heart. Look who it is. Okay, this is getting stupid. Quick save, auto save. There's nothing later than 63 hours. 63 hours. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, it's the fire room again. I have to do all the way back to this. I hear you, Warden of my heart. I haven't done the other DLCs in this playthrough yet. I'm hoping this one doesn't glitch again. Possible too that the dual mage setup just is not going to work out for this.
Don't let them get behind us.
Wasn't planning on it. Okay. Got through that. It is not letting me quick save, so I can't just do this little bit. Yeah, see, can't save currently because they're supposed to be taking on these waves of stuff. Nope, nope, nope. Right, it doesn't really matter, apparently. Now, Sarah, do not go jumping into the fire this time. Okay. Okay, we come over here and set this. Which for some reason it's not letting me do. Everybody come over here. Okay, everyone did. Come on, put the staff away. I want to actually hit this standing here. Yeah, I want to unlock the expedition. Okay, still not letting me save. Over here and hit this. Everyone move. Come on, Solus, get up here and ice mine right here. Ah, come on.
I'm falling back.
The hell? Okay. How about you not do all of this? How about you take one of these and do one of these? Amber alert, League City. Nowhere near where I am. Okay, 2 ogres next. No, 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 no. Beautiful. I really want you challenging so much as beating the crap out of this guy. And Sarah's just gonna get stuck in the rocks again. Okay, that's useful. An emissary is what I need right here. Okay, still still see 2 ogres, so that's good. Well, good-ish. Still see 2 ogres. One of them is down. The other one is still there. Emissary Alpha. Polis, do you think maybe you could focus on this thing? See if I can help Bull out there for a second. Why is it that no one other than me will actually fight this thing? Well, I mean, I'd love to, take care of that, except that no one seems to want to actually fight it. Jeez. Bringing barrier protection, that's nice. And a staff. I don't know if that's actually better than Solus's staff. It's probably not. Yes it is, by a fair amount. Should not be better than mine, though. Ooh, it's actually close. It's actually really close. Yeah, I can definitely understand why one would call it a difficult DLC. It is, and don't get me wrong. I mean, the fights are tough. So I'm glad I equipped up last time after I logged out. See, you know, taking this to do the 41 magic and the 7 willpower is, you know, really nice. Yeah, I think I think I have to take this one. And then the and Solus can take this one for now. Really? Is that what it looks like? Doesn't look like what it looks like. I bet it's got an empty rune slot. Okay, Sarah, grab that. Well, I don't necessarily have good crowd control. I am more of a spray and play player. Spray and pray player. At least with this. I didn't find Jaws of Hakan all that challenging when I played it. Except for the last fight. That was pretty challenging. Now, who knows how it'll be this time. I've only ever played through it once. I don't remember what I was playing either.
That's the last of those, Darkspawn. Legion's in your debt, Inquisitor.
Look at this, Ren. It's ancient. Maybe 1,000 years old.
Any idea who built it or why?
This
I built
tag
it
is on
because...
top of a lyrium mine. According to the memories, the mine was destroyed by some unexplained disaster. The miners must have used this lift to reach the lower levels.
And now it's squatted by something bigger than a dragon.
If there is a titan causing earthquakes, it's down there.
I found this book with the emissary. The pages are mostly ruined, but a few are readable. See this line? I awoke to the singing stone. Our kingdom trembled at the Titan's hymn.
We need more.
How can we be sure what the book says is true?
We shouldn't force connections that don't exist.
Perhaps this will change your mind. Look here. It's the royal seal of Orsec Garal.
King Orsec Garal? That book belonged to a paragon? You are onto something, Volta.
Of course you'd take a dead man's word over mine. Always the traditionalist.
Hey, challenging tradition lost you a cushy position in Orzammar.
Okay, so to answer your question, if you're asking if I'm playing in hard, it's because you don't know me. Which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. No, for these games, I like to relax. I like to participate in the story. I like to watch the stuff that's going on. And hard is not relaxing. I tend to play in easy, just because I can. Now, there are some things like, you know, Mass Effect, for example, not necessarily the first one, but the second and third one. I've gone through them so many times that I actually get a little bored playing those in easy, so I actually do kind of bump those up a little bit, but just enough to not get bored.
Does a king's book mean that much to you, Ren?
Paragons are the best of our people. They don't hand that title out to just anyone. Not even a king. Knowing it was Garal's book from the start would have saved us an argument.
As if you'd ever avoid an argument.
What does he mean you lost your position? I thought you were a shaper.
I were a
Not
shaper.
all shapers have the same duties. Mine were adjusted. When my superiors ordered me to remove an official record from the memories, I declined. We decided it would be best if I served the Shaperate here, finding history instead of recording it.
It disappoints me. Well, I think she's doing the right thing.
It takes courage to challenge authority.
I suppose you would know. Some believe the past is what we make it. But we gain nothing from ignoring mistakes.
I'm sorry I brought it up. The earthquakes are what matters. I don't know where this lift leads, but we're about to find out the hard way. Get ready.
More of a drop than a lift, really. At least for now. Okay, time to equip potions, because I apparently haven't done that in a while. Sarah was Still carrying fire resistance. I don't know why. Give her her bees back. Soulless guy. Well, he does have some lyrium potion. And iron bowl. Okay. All topped off on that. Having done all that...
Has the Inquisitor earned your respect now, Yakar?
Aye, it changes nothing. A surfacer will always be a surfacer.
Jerk. A jerkiser. Let's see. Let me go back up here. And look at the expeditions. Because I have some new ones. Okay, that's back in the center of the cavern. Dwarven ruin at the bottom of the cavern. Being sure to be well equipped for a fight. Okay then. I haven't even made it to this yet. But I can't fast travel to that. I'm going to go back and look at these things that I just unlocked. You know, I mean, I would say if you're frustrated because the fights are too tough, which I can certainly understand, I'd say do what you need to do in order to get through it. And personally, I don't play BioWare games for the fighting, except possibly Anthem. And note that I'm not playing Anthem right now. I played it for a few weeks and then haven't gone back. I play BioWare games for the story, and because of that, I don't need a lot of challenge in the fights. The other thing that helps in these games is if you need to, you can actually set up scripting in the NPCs, so help them take care of things a little better, you know, meet your needs, meet the way you want them to play. And there's always the tactical pausing. I'm so used to doing lightning damage, or fire damage, I forgot I'm doing lightning now. Right. Yeah, see, I got through the main campaign and then started the grind and lost interest in the grind after a few days.
So that's how the lyrium experiments ended.
His corpse. See, something like that, okay, ever since Mass Effect 3 and the ending that people didn't like, BioWare has gotten a huge amount of flack and hate that they don't deserve. They honestly don't. It's not objective behavior on the part of these people that are throwing it out there. That's why Andromeda did poorly. It wasn't a bad game. It was a good game. It was really the least of the Mass Effect games because of what they were trying to do. But it was by itself, objectively, a decent game. And if the Mass Effect trilogy had never existed before it, it would have stood out. And then the follow-on, of course, is Anthem. Everybody's got to go and dogpile. You know? Oh, hey, BioWare sucks because X, so I'm going to go and tell everybody how much their game over here sucks. It doesn't. It honestly doesn't. But they get so far away from formula. So far away from the formula that's made them a successful company over the years that it's strange. Now, it is hands down the best combat they've ever done. The best combat they've ever done, and I don't see them topping it ever, really. Because frankly, I think they'll be lucky if they survive Anthem. That is more EA's problem than, or more EA's fault than BioWare's, but yeah, exactly. But the thing is that they made a looter shooter when they don't know anything about how to make looter shooters. And so when you get to the... No, I didn't put the gears on yet. So when you get past the story, which you can do... If you were playing just the story missions, you'd probably be past the main story in about 5 hours. Because that's all the story there is in it. Oh crap. Then you get into nothing but a grind. And the thing is, you're grinding for a set of very specific items that, you know, there's no variety. It's nothing at all like it's nothing at all like a Borderlands or a Diablo. And they kind of want it to be, but it isn't. I've heard, you know, it compares more to Destiny, but I never played, Destiny 2 rather, but I never played either of the Destinies. So, I mean, go in, play it for the fun combat, play it for the Iron Man factor, if you will. But don't go in there expecting it's going to be a deep BioWare experience. It's a cheap EA experience. As much as I like it, I cannot at this time recommend paying full price. I can't. And I pre-ordered it, and I pre-ordered the Legion of Dawn Special Edition because, you know, it's BioWare and they're my favorite game company, or at least they have been. It's still the case now? That's hard to say. Well, actually, it isn't really hard to say. Of course they are. There's not another company that makes me just really look forward to games as much. But I play BioWare for... See, I don't have the confidence that they will. I don't think they... When it comes to that kind of game, they don't know what they're doing. They really don't. It, to me, feels like a totally EA-driven game. And when you read about how the development cycle went on it, it was such a short cycle for so detailed a game, it's kind of ridiculous. I predict what's going to happen is they're going to go ahead and get a couple of events through, like they'll eventually release this Cataclysm thing, however it's going to pan out. my understanding, I think it's on the public test server now, but I'm not ever going to play their public test server. You know, I'm not going to come in and play with your test code. I want you to give me released crap. Let's see. Back this way. And I think they might do another. I think they might do another 1 or 2 of those types of events, and that's going to be it. They're just not going to be successful at it, and their parent company is going to pull the plug and get really angry at them, creating an underwhelming, underproducing game. Yeah, I thought I took care of you guys. No, I'd like to be wrong on that. I have no problem being wrong on that. I just am afraid that I'm not wrong on that. I mean, really what Anthem is a demo for a bigger game. Almost as if they got a certain amount of it polished and published and put out there like an early release so they could fund the continued development completion of the game. Hey, don't go blaming BioWare for the Mass Effect 3 thing. As complex as the interwoven story was, as all the choices were, the only way they could have actually satisfied that vocal contingent of fans is if they had actually made, say, 3 separate games. So that if you had this cluster of choices, you would play one game from beginning to end. And this cluster of choices, you'd play a second game. And this cluster, you played this third game. Anything less than that, and the fans would never, this same vocal set of fans would never be satisfied. This would never happen. So, given that trying to put everything into one game, it makes perfect sense. It's the only way it could have, really come out. So when you remember that constraint, it's actually a perfectly fine ending. It's not, it may be not as satisfying as it could be, but I mean, at least it's not, say, Half-Life 2, where, you know, time stops and your partner gets sucked away into the nether realm or something, right? Or, you know, the episodes. Now that I'll give you. And in fact, an argument could be made that it was going down, that really the downward spiral comes about because they sold out to EA. EA doesn't believe in the kind of games that BioWare does. They don't. Now we're just debating the merits of BioWare and whether or not, or where their downfall comes about, and whether or not Mass Effect 3, the negative press, was BioWare's fault or a vocal contingent of people's fault. Yeah. That's where I need to go next. My fear, though, is that Anthem is just the direction of BioWare now. That they are going to completely stop being a story-based company and become an action game company. I mean, watch the evolution of combat in Mass Effect, right? Mass Effect 1, awful combat. Fantastic story, awful combat. Mass Effect 2, hey, we made some pretty good strides there. Mass Effect 3, better still. Andromeda, I mean, I could argue that 3 was actually fun combat. 2 was almost there. 3 was actually fun combat. Andromeda, or 4, kind of blew all prior combat out of the water. And then Anthem is a logical extension of that. So all they're doing really is improving their ability to do combat in games. And that's not what I pay BioWare for. It's not. So, I mean, the next time they release a title... Shouldn't say release. The next time a title of theirs goes up for resale, should be Dragon Age 4. For the first time in years, I will probably not pre-order. Because I don't feel like I can trust them anymore. I feel like it's too EA-ified. Actually, my word for it is Ubified. Their Ubification really started with this game. Because you get out into these great big huge open maps and go around and do little side quests all the time. And I mean, objectively speaking, look at here. I'm going to save, right? Now, let me come back and look like I'm going to load. I've spent 63 hours, 38 minutes playing this game. Now, you could look at it and say, okay, well, that's fine. I'm like a half to 2/3 of the way through the story. But of those 63 hours, how much of it really are the actual main story? Right? I mean, go back to look at Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, for example. Were there side missions? Yes. Was Mass Effect 2 mostly side mission? Absolutely. But they were side missions that were very specifically for developing your companion characters. And so because of that, I would actually argue that it wasn't side missions, it was main story mission. 1 second.
Feel it now. The blight. It's spreading.
Yes.
It's gonna hurt.
Just remember, you're already dead. Drink some ale. It will help.
Wish the bastard had run me through.
And you are exactly right, Warden. You are exactly right with all of that. Whether it's Origins or 2 or 3 or a lot of the Mass Effect stuff. And their side missions tend to be well written, but you know, I'm looking for that epic story. I'm not looking for fetch quests. I'm not looking for the little side bits necessarily. I want something that's a big coherent story. And they lost that starting with this game. Because look what they followed this game up with. They followed it up with Andromeda. It's the same thing. What I've already said, I refer to as the Ubification of their games. Get into Andromeda, you get on each of those planets, and they are dense with things that you find and go do, you know, organically, semi-organically, whatever. It's not what I normally look for in a BioWare game. They're trying to capture some of the success of the Ubi stuff, whether it's Far Cry or Assassin's Creed. Now, were I to look at the same ordering that you guys are talking about, I would have to call it Origins, Inquisition, everything else, and then 2. I don't really care for 2 all that much. It's okay. I've played it 3 times. And as much as I will bitch about the ubification of the Dragon Age stuff in this game, this is like my 4th playthrough of it. And 2 of those playthroughs were done before there was any DLC at all. So, you know, I first picked up the game and played it for 120 hours or hours, and I don't have enough freaking gears for this thing. Did I turn my... Yeah, I did turn my microphone back on. I've done that before, where I sit here and talk for 5 minutes, and everyone's screaming at me in chat, "Dude, your microphone's off. Stop being a dumbass." $3,500 hours into Dragon Age Inquisition. This says I have 328 hours played. I find that a little hard to believe since this is the 4th playthrough. I have successfully completed it 3 times. It might be about right. But my first playthrough of Andromeda was 100 hours. And again, that's because they have all the little side mission crappy. Don't get me wrong, I really, really prefer it when my games are nice and long. Thank you, Soul Surge. Well, maybe not now, but I have been. Again, I thank you, Soul Surge. I love you too, as a friend. My wife's not on. She'll give me an earful. No, she won't. She knows what I mean. I hear you on the... Why is the handle over here? I hear you on the playthrough of Andromeda. I'm actually on my 4th actively. I'm not logging much time on it right now. One sec. I figure you probably can't hear me over the music. Because I know it's a pretty common complaint that people can't hear me very much when I'm talking over combat. So I figured with the music coming up, since I cranked up the music because it was pretty cool, you weren't going to hear me over that. I will disagree with you, though, on Andromeda. I don't think they will look worse. I think they look more Uncanny Valley. They look kind of more disturbing, so maybe a little less organic, but I think the fidelity makes up for that.
What was that?
What was what?
Something moved. There. Light a torch.
So I can see us coming? Just stay close.
You know, the videos of people seeing all the glitches and all the weird things with the facials and all that stuff, I never had any of that. It always worked perfectly fine. When they put out that patch that fixed all that stuff, it didn't fix anything for me, because it was never broken. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the only thing that it fixed was the plastic, the shiny plastic look that the skin had. You know, the correction that they did that addressed that seemed to address that. Yeah, see, I never had any problems with it. Well, I'm just saying that... What the hell was that? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm just saying that the video evidence of people they were putting out there for hey, I'm having these problems in the game. I just never had it. Yeah, see, I never got anything, like you say, I never got anything weird. I started playing from day one, and frankly, I bought a pair of 4K monitors so that I could play on one of them on day one and still have matching monitors. Oh, you can mod that stuff now? I never do mods on Mass Effect. I like my Mass Effect vanilla.
Down, down. Oh, let's go down again. Down again.
We've gone past the deep roads.
How can you tell? It's pitch black.
I can feel it.
Rather be fighting something I can see.
I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to go ahead and stop here. Because I normally do this for 2 hours. It's now been 2 hours and 13 minutes since I started. And I'm just going to keep going and getting into interesting stuff, and I can save this interesting stuff for next week. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I will save... I can't save the game, because it won't let me. See if I can back up here. Oh, because I need more gears for that. I'm going to not travel back there because it won't let me do that. Let me see about loading. What will let me do from here? Autosave 6344. That autosave would probably be fine. Let me go back to the autosave. So yeah, thanks for coming out and letting me ramble and disagreeing with me. I have no problem with that. I do this on Mondays almost every week. Sometimes I don't give much warning. Check me out on Twitter if you want to get the updates on whether I'm going to stream on a given night or not. But 6 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And I'm going to keep going till I finish Inquisition. After that, I will switch over to something else. I haven't fully decided what yet. Something story-based, and we'll just see what it is. I got a couple ideas, but not really for sure. So, anyway, thanks everybody for coming out. I'm back up here. And I'm going to do a quick save and a full regular save. And call it a night. Wow. I haven't looked, but 13 viewers I haven't had in a while. So everybody who's still here, I'm going to raid over to the Bean Duck channel after this, and you guys might want to check out what's going on over there. If it's not your cup of tea, no big deal. You can always go find something else. But I'm going to go raid them, and otherwise I will see you guys in 166 hours. Bye!